Coming out of La Masia like Messi is one thing, being a right wing like Messi is another thing, bursting onto the scene at the similar age that Messi did is another thing, but being bathed by Messi, that's absolutely ridiculous. And in today's video, I'm just going to be going through footballers and their clones from both the modern era and also the era of the past. So firstly, we've got Lamine Yamal, one of the best prospects in world football right now, and one of Barcelona's best players at only just 16. And the player he is the clone of is Lionel Messi. Okay, maybe ability wise they're not on the same level, as Messi was a different sort of specimen at 16 years old, but we can't deny the career paths are so similar. Coming out of the academy La Masia, being left footed, being a right wing, saving Barcelona really at a time where they needed somebody to really help them, with the likes of, Ronaldinho leaving the club, and of course Messi had just left the club too. So having someone coming out of La Masia was pivotal at both eras for Barcelona. And of course now on the international stage, performing at the highest level, Lamine Yamal, just like Messi did at the Under-20 World Cup for Argentina. So the similarities are there, and it just feels like they're quite literally clones, whether it's because Messi actually touched Yamal and bathed him when he was a baby. Maybe the special Messi touch had got to Yamal, and that is why we're seeing him perform at such a high level to sort of standards that even Messi would admire. But that's just one football clone. I'm not just going to do it off of ability, but I'm also just going to go off career path and just similarity in that sort of sense. Because next on this list is the triangle of Ozil to Odegaard to Arda Güler. Real Madrid have this obsession with technical geniuses that like to play in the number 10 role, and it seems like they seem to produce them or get them every so often. When one leaves the club, they just find another to seemingly slot in. Ozil, he was one of Madrid's best players and best playmakers. He left the club to join Arsenal to revitalise his career. Odegaard, one of the best youngsters in world football, then joined Real Madrid, a creative demon, went out on loan, wasn't given the game time just like Ozil did, and then went to Arsenal and has revitalised his career looking like one of the best midfielders. Now you've got Arda Güler. He was signed, one of the best creative players and one of the best youngsters as well. Is he going to go to Arsenal next? It just seems like there's a constant cycle with these Real Madrid stars and them heading to Arsenal to revitalise their careers. If Arda Güler does that, we've got to have some serious conversations with Perez and him getting all of these creative midfielders and making them come to Madrid and then making them go to Arsenal to revitalise their careers. It just quite literally is a cloning system. Next one is a bit of a wild card, and it's Calafiori and Maldini. How can two players look so similar and give off the same sort of energy? I don't know whether it's the fact that they were both Italian and both are Italian. It's the fact that they're left-footed and they can play both left back and centre half, or it's the fact that they have the same sort of hairstyle and give off the same vibe in that sense. Because Calafiori, when I watch him play, it's like Maldini is rebirthed. He literally has the same fundamentals of playing in left back and playing centre back and being really important for Italy. Okay, he's not at the same level that Maldini is, and he may probably never reach the same level that Maldini had got to. But it's just so cool that Italy have these sort of defenders and they clone them out. It's just like this sort of factory that is keeping on going, and hopefully Calafiori does keep his hair in that way, because I'm convinced that he is a football clone of Maldini. Finally, it's Rodri and Sergio Busquets. How do Spain keep on producing the same sort of midfielders? Quality on the ball, really good positioning wise, and just overall world-class midfielders. Firstly, it was Busquets, one of the most important players for Barcelona and for Spain, reaching them to some heights that are just ridiculous really. And once he retired, Rodri was produced. He went to Manchester City and he's been one of the best players in the Premier League in his position, and probably the best in his position right now in the whole world. And he's now really pivotal to Spain too, leading them to potential Euros glory as well. It just seems like Spain have this system where they're just cloning central defensive midfielders with the same technical fundamentals and the same sort of ability and importance to certain teams. Is Rodri going to head over to Barcelona next? Because I feel like that's going to happen with the way that Busquets' career went, staying at Barcelona. It just seems pretty much nailed on that after Rodri is done at Manchester City, he's going to head over to Barcelona and control La Liga, just like Sergio Busquets did. Anyway, that's it for part 1 of footballers and their clones. Please let me know in the comments if you have any footballers and their clones I should do for part 2. Thank you for the support recently. The videos have really been doing pretty well for a new channel. And until next time, peace.